Okay, I can't actually believe I'm saying this. I've kept this secret for a couple of days now, but something massive has happened. Something that's going to change the next 2 years of my life. But before I tell you exactly what I've won, I think you need to know why this means so much.
First thing I want to say, and we're starting with this, I just want to know, why you?
Yeah, so I guess I've got a bit of a story when it comes to running. I've ran my whole life since I was about 10 years old. I was going to a running club with my dad, and I'd always ran competitively. But in 2018, my purpose and my reason for running took a bit of a turn, and unfortunately, not for the best reasons. I lost my big brother Connor to suicide when I was just 18 years old. And running quickly became less so of a competitive sport and more of a release, a coping mechanism, a way to manage what was going on.
And ever since losing my brother, I always knew that I wanted to do something with running, with maybe raising money, but I never really quite had the idea, or I had the courage to be able to do that. So about 7 years later, I decided that I wanted to take on a challenge in memory of my brother.
It was actually a year ago yesterday that I started my journey of running 128 marathons in 128 days.
You're mad. Yeah, honestly, that's just mad.
Yeah.
You did these all before work as well?
Pretty much all around working full time. On the weekends, I'd go out and run the full marathon.
But the whole objective was to run an equivalent distance from Newcastle to New York. So my whole journey was about getting to New York, because that was where Connor dreamed of living and where he wanted to be and live eventually one day. And he never got to fulfill that dream. So I was really keen on sort of honouring his dream and doing that for him. And originally I wanted to raise £10,000 for charity. And I think within 2 weeks, I'd sort of smashed that target and eventually raised £100,000. And, you know, that was incredible for really, really great charities in the UK. But I think what I quickly realised in doing the challenge was that the money was actually irrelevant, and that the people that were being inspired and the messages that I was receiving of, genuinely helping others and inspiring others and giving people hope. And my running quickly turned into sharing my story, giving others hope and inspiring others to maybe do something similar.
No, I really like the story, Lewis, and I'm going to tell you it's very, very inspirational.
Just thank you for sharing your story, and thank you for your time. We have really enjoyed watching and listening to just what this means for everyone. All right, Aubrey, we've just had 3 incredible conversations with the top 3 finalists.
Yeah.
And now we need to make the decision as to who is going to be our
All
top.
3 of them.
Unfortunately, we can only choose one. I really want to give this to someone who just woke up one day and decided, I'm going to run 128 marathons in 128 days.
I was dreading that question. It would break my heart if my son lost his sister. That's what this Lewis guy is contending with. That heartbreak was then turned and channeled into what's fired him up to be this guy. This Lewis is just a dude that could do without support.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're about to call Lewis live and tell him that he is the winner.
Should we tell him he didn't make it and then...
Aubrey.
Okay, fine. No. Let's do it properly.
Yeah. So we're about to call him. Let's do it. So, Lewis, what do you say 7 world majors over the next 2 years?
How's that for a question?
Oh my God, I'm shaking. Are you being serious? Oh my God, I feel like I'm gonna...
Yeah?
Yes, definitely. All my days. Yes. I can't explain how much this means to me, honestly. I swear, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. And after what I've been through and everything that I've done over the last year, I honestly cannot thank you enough.
I don't think there is
Seriously.
anyone more deserving. And I think what you're doing is incredible. And I think that Aubrey and I feel so, so lucky to be a part of your journey and just helping you share this story even more. And we want to say as well that you gave such a good interview, and we couldn't think of anyone more confident, but also just more strong in their story and what their why. And so I hope that you don't stop using your voice, using your platform. What you're doing is incredible. And yeah, congratulations.
Honestly, sorry, I've net lost it there.
No.
Thank you so much. Honestly, I can't explain
Do
what
not
this means to me.
apologize. Do not apologize.
Thank you so
I want
much.
to tell you, Lewis, the running stuff is important, absolutely, but it's a running thing after all. But you have something way bigger than that. You know, I can't imagine. I have 5 siblings. I can't imagine what I would feel like losing one of them.
Yeah.
And I just like to say, you know, obviously what I've been through is massive, but over the past few months it's grew into something far greater than just me. And, you know, being able to share this story has genuinely helped so many people, and not just through raising money for charity, but giving people hope. You don't have to have lost someone or have been through grief to have hope and to have inspiration, and to just get out there, put your trainers on, get out for a run is so powerful. And inspiring someone to go for a run can give them the tools to navigate and cope with anything that life throws at them. So, yeah.
Well, I can't quite believe it. I have managed to win the World Tour competition with World Abbott Majors and Marathon Tours. And I guess I should introduce myself. So this is my first ever YouTube video. My name's Lewis McPherson, maybe once known as NCL to NYC, for my efforts of running 128 marathons in 128 days, which was the equivalent distance of Newcastle to New York City, hence the name. And then before even entering this competition, I changed my handle on Instagram to the Marathon Man. And I kind of had it in mind, you know, any other future projects that might come up or anything that I want to do. NCL to NYC didn't really fit the bill for maybe something different in the future. So I changed it to the Marathon Man. And lo and behold, that became pretty relevant to what I ended up doing. And I have managed to win the competition to run every world major in the world over the year of 2026 and 2027 with Abbott World Majors and Marathon Tours. So what does that include? That's flights, accommodation, the entry to the actual race, which is arguably the most valuable part of the competition. Tokyo, Boston, London, Sydney, Berlin, Chicago, New York, and then in 2027, if Cape Town and Shanghai get accredited as world majors, they'll also be included in the prize for the competition. So I've got a pretty incredible 2 years ahead of me. You know, I've realised up until this point that it's so much bigger than running. Running the marathons is obviously going to be an incredible experience, going to these cities, experiencing marathon weekend. I've done one world major. I've been to New York in November 2025, and it was the most amazing weekend ever. You know, it's a city full of runners. Everyone's running expo, events, shakeout runs, and it's all incredible. But what my real mission is to keep sharing this message. So you've probably got this far and you're probably thinking about, you know, why do I do what I do? Why did I run 128 marathons? Why did I get chosen to run every world major in the world by Abbott World Majors? And it's because I run for a purpose. You know, unfortunately, I lost my brother to suicide in 2018. I was 18 years old and he was 21. And 6 years later, I decided to run the 128 marathons. I wanted to raise £10,000 for charity. I wanted to honour his dream of living in New York City. something that he never got to do. And that has just spiraled into something that I could have never even dreamed of. Even to this day, I still receive messages of people telling me that, you know, that I've inspired them, or that they've gotten through a real tough patch through watching the daily videos, or seeing my journey has given them an element of hope. And I think, you know, I've said it before, and I really do feel like this is a bit of a calling for me. And if I can continue to spread this message and continue to share that element of hope through my running, that's a dream come true. So it's going to be an exciting couple of years, and I'm really looking forward to it. Before I'd even entered the competition, I actually had quit my job. So I'd planned a move to Vancouver with no job lined up there, no idea what I was going to do. And honestly, looking through LinkedIn and applying for more corporate 9-to-5 jobs was sucking the life out of me, if I'm honest. And I really did struggle with the idea of working in an office 9-to-5. I just didn't feel like I was put on this earth to do that. But I was doing it. I was searching for jobs, planning a move to Canada to go be with my fiancée Jamie. And then this opportunity came along. And I think it's the perfect opportunity to take a risk, to maybe try and make something out of this. Can I make this sustainable? You know, sharing my journey online, sharing what I do online, doing the world majors with Abbott World Majors and marathon tours. You know, how can I make this work for me? And ever since I was probably 15, 16, 17, I always wanted to have a travel YouTube channel. That was my dream. That's what I wanted to do. And I never, ever had the confidence to do it. But in doing the 128 marathons last year, talking in front of the camera every single day, really putting myself out my comfort zone, I feel like I do have the confidence to talk in front of the camera now. And, well, here I am doing it. And I am going to start my own little YouTube channel to cover off my journey around the world. Every world major, all the cities, the expo, the training. And, you know, maybe it might help one other person. Maybe it might inspire someone else to start a YouTube channel. Who knows? But this has been a long-term dream of mine that I've never, ever had the guts to fulfill. And winning this competition, quitting my job, doing the 128 marathons, it really does feel like all the stars have aligned. And honestly, it feels like Connor's really here, pushing me on, supporting me to go chase my dreams. And at the end of the day, I'd spent all of 2025 talking about Connor's dream of New York and honouring that for my big brother. But now I think maybe it's time to honour my dream. You know, why not chase what I want to do? 25, it's the perfect time to take a risk. So here we are. YouTube video number 1. I'm sure they'll improve as I get along, but this is my first little video entry, and I'm really looking forward to taking you all along with me. I've confirmed that I'm starting off the first marathon of the World Tour on home turf in London, April 26th, 26.2 miles. Let's see what we can do.